By the time most fans checked the Adidas website on July 24th, Sophie Cunningham's new basketball shoe was already becoming difficult to find. Adult sizes disappeared. The official product page flipped too. Sold out. Other retailers still had scattered inventory, but even that window was closing fast. And that is the part of this story that should get the WNBA's attention. Cunningham is not a league MVP. She was not selected for the 2026 All-Star Game. This was not a global signature shoe launch backed by years of championship marketing. It was her first player-exclusive colorway on a brand-new Adidas model. Yet the reaction looked less like a routine product release and more like a test the market had been waiting to take. The obvious headline is that Sophie Cunningham's Crazy Energy shoe sold out within hours. The bigger question is why. Was this simply a small inventory meeting a loud online fan base? Was it the Caitlin Clark spotlight lifting another Indiana Fever personality? Or did Adidas just discover that Cunningham has built something far more valuable than a viral moment? Because a sellout can tell you a product was wanted, it cannot, by itself, tell you how many pairs were made. And that difference matters. But even with that caution, the speed of this release still sent a clear message. Cunningham's audience is willing to do more than watch clips, share memes, or argue about her online. They are willing to buy. The shoe at the center of the frenzy was the Adidas Crazy Energy Sophie Cunningham player. Exclusive, released on July 24th for $110. It carried a vivid pink upper, cream white details, light blue accents, and a bright multicolor finish underfoot. The design was unmistakably connected to Cunningham's energetic public image, but it did not carry a personal logo or the full branding package that usually comes with a signature model. That distinction is important. A signature shoe is built around one athlete as its central identity. The athlete's name, logo, storytelling, and long-term product line are usually part of the model itself. A player exclusive, commonly called a PE, is a special colorway connected to a player but built on an existing shoe platform. Cunningham's release was a PE, not a signature shoe. That normally places it in a narrower commercial lane. Fans did not treat it that way. Sports Illustrated reported that the shoes had sold out on Adidas in less than 24 hours, while other reporting said the men's and women's sizes were gone from the company's website by mid-morning. The official Adidas listing later showed the product as sold out. Dick's Sporting Goods and Hibbett initially offered additional sizes, but availability moved quickly there as well. There is no reliable public evidence that giant crowds literally rushed physical Adidas stores, despite the dramatic language appearing in some headlines. The real stampede happened online: refresh buttons, shopping carts, disappearing sizes, and fans posting that they had arrived only seconds too late. That may sound less cinematic than people running through a mall, but commercially, it is just as meaningful. Digital demand is immediate, measurable, and unforgiving. A customer either completes the purchase or watches the inventory disappear. And for Cunningham, enough people completed the purchase to turn a routine Friday release into one of the most discussed WNBA merchandise stories of the summer. The timing helped. Adidas had introduced Crazy Energy as a new lightweight performance basketball model built around light strike cushioning, step-in comfort, and traction designed for quick cuts. The main model launched in broader colorways on July 17th. 1 week later, during WNBA All-Star Weekend, the brand expanded the story with player-exclusive editions inspired by Cunningham and Sada Sabali. That meant Cunningham was not simply attaching her name to an old shoe sitting in a warehouse. She was part of Adidas's launch strategy for a new basketball silhouette. The company also had a strong visual story ready. Pink has followed Cunningham through several brand moments, including her earlier work with the Dame X Electric Pink. The new Crazy Energy colorway felt familiar enough to match her image, but different enough to appear fresh. Still, good colors do not automatically create urgency. Plenty of attractive basketball shoes sit online for weeks. Some reach discounts before the public truly notices. What made this launch different was the person wearing them and the audience already gathered around her. Cunningham's rise has not followed the traditional superstar formula. She entered the WNBA as a second-round pick in 2019. Her value has often come from toughness, perimeter shooting, energy, and a willingness to embrace difficult assignments. She has never needed to be the first option to affect the emotional temperature of a game. After joining the Indiana Fever in 2025, that role became more visible than ever. Indiana already had the biggest attention magnet in women's basketball in Caitlin Clark. Every Fever possession could become a national clip. Every physical matchup produced debate. Every teammate suddenly played in front of a much larger audience than most WNBA players had experienced before. That exposure created opportunity, but it did not guarantee individual popularity. Every player on the roster stood under the same brighter lights. Cunningham separated herself because viewers could identify her role almost immediately. She became the veteran guard who brought edge, reacted to physical play, celebrated without hiding her emotion, and rarely looked as if she were trying to become a perfectly polished corporate spokesperson. Fans understood her character before they memorized her statistics. That is one of the most powerful advantages an athlete can have in the modern sports economy. A box score tells the public what happened. A recognizable personality gives them a reason to care. Who did it? Cunningham's official WNBA profile listed her at 9.5 points per game during the 2026 season at the time of this release. Those are useful rotation player numbers, but they do not explain why a shoe sells out. Her commercial momentum came from a combination of performance, visibility, humor, emotional clarity, and the feeling that fans knew what they were getting from her. She also delivered timely basketball moments. Indiana highlighted a game in which Cunningham scored 24 points and made 6 three-pointers in a 113-91 win. In another victory, she scored the final 11 points for the Fever in a clutch finish against Connecticut. Those performances matter because marketing cannot survive on personality alone forever. Viral attention may create the first click, but fans want evidence that the athlete belongs in the product she is selling. Cunningham provided that evidence on the court. Then the release arrived at a moment when her name was circulating far beyond game highlights. Some fans connected their support to her public comments on women's sports. Others were drawn to her role beside Clark. Some simply liked her energy, style, and humor. Many buyers were probably responding to several of those things at once. That makes it risky to reduce the sellout to one political statement, one teammate, or one viral clip. Consumer decisions are rarely that simple. A customer may love the colorway, follow the Fever, admire Cunningham's personality, support her public opinions, collect WNBA footwear, or want a limited product before it disappears. The same purchase can carry several motivations at the same time. What can be said safely is that Cunningham's wider public profile was rising before launch day, and Adidas successfully converted that attention into a product people wanted immediately. The Caitlin Clark effect is part of that story, but it is not the whole story. Clark's arrival transformed the scale of attention surrounding Indiana. Television audiences expanded. Road arenas filled. Fever content reached viewers who had never followed the franchise before. A teammate with a clear identity could benefit enormously from that environment. But borrowed attention only becomes lasting value when the person receiving it does something memorable with it. Cunningham did. She did not try to imitate Clark, compete with her for the same identity, or disappear into the role of anonymous supporting player. She established a separate lane, outspoken veteran, emotional protector, fearless shooter, playful personality, and highly visible Adidas athlete. That is why calling her success nothing more than the Caitlin Clark effect misses the business lesson. Clark may have increased the size of the room. Cunningham gave a portion of that room a reason to stay for her. The sellout also reveals something about how athlete popularity is changing. For years, endorsement logic was built around awards, scoring titles, championships, and all-star selections. Those achievements still matter. Aya Wilson's signature line, for example, carries the power of an elite resume and sustained dominance. No responsible analysis should pretend that one quick PE sellout places Cunningham above established MVPs as a basketball player or proves she has outsold every signature athlete. The public does not know the production quantity for Cunningham's release. Adidas has not published unit sales. Without those numbers, direct comparisons are speculation. Selling every pair from a small run is not the same thing as selling more total pairs than a widely distributed signature launch. But that limitation does not erase the achievement. It clarifies what the achievement actually is. Cunningham demonstrated conversion power. She showed that a non-signature WNBA athlete, without an all-star selection attached to the launch, could move a specially branded product fast enough to create a national conversation. That gives Adidas useful data. It also gives every other footwear company a reason to study how women's basketball audiences are forming attachments. The next decision belongs to the brand. Does Adidas simply celebrate a successful limited release and move on? Does it restock the same colorway? Does it increase the quantity of Cunningham's next PE? Does it give her more campaign visibility? Or does the company begin testing whether her name can support a broader collection? A sellout is not automatically a signature shoe contract. Brands consider performance, long-term, popularity, product economics, global reach, retailer confidence, and whether demand survives beyond one moment. But this release likely strengthened Cunningham's position in every future conversation. Before July 24th, Adidas could point to social engagement and growing attention. After July 24th, it could point to customers who actually purchased a product. That is a different category of evidence. Likes are free. Comments are free. Viewing a clip costs nothing. Buying a basketball shoe requires a fan to cross from interest into commitment. That is why the sold-out page matters more than another viral post. Cunningham's own reaction also fit the image that helped create the demand. She thanked supporters and emphasized the love they had shown. She did not deliver a long corporate statement about market penetration or brand strategy. The response felt personal, which reinforced the same relationship that had driven fans to the product in the first place. That feedback loop is powerful. Fans support an athlete because they believe she is direct and accessible. The athlete responds in a way that feels direct and accessible. The supporters feel recognized, and the next release begins with an even stronger connection. Adidas benefits because the marketing does not look like marketing. The company's formal role still matters. It designed the shoe, built the distribution, featured Cunningham in campaigns, and positioned the PE within a larger WNBA All-Star strategy. But the excitement moved through fan communities faster than a traditional advertisement could have moved it. That organic energy is difficult to manufacture. It is also difficult to measure perfectly. A fast sellout can be influenced by limited inventory, reseller activity, unusual size distribution, or a cautious first production run. Without sales data, nobody outside Adidas knows how much product was available. Any script claiming Cunningham sold hundreds of thousands of pairs, broke an industry record, or defeated every other WNBA shoe launch would be inventing information. The honest version is already impressive enough. Her first retail player exclusive reached sold-out status on Adidas within hours, with remaining stock at outside retailers under immediate pressure. It happened at a $110 price point. It happened without a signature model, and it happened while she was not part of the All-Star roster. Those details create a real contradiction. One of the weekend's most commercially talked about WNBA players was not one of the players selected to compete in the league's showcase game. That does not mean voters or coaches made a mistake. All-Star selection is based on basketball, performance and position competition, not sneaker demand. It does mean the WNBA now has several different kinds of stars. There are performance superstars who dominate the court. There are cultural superstars who pull new audiences toward the league. There are personality-driven fan favorites who create loyalty beyond the standings. And increasingly, the most valuable athletes may combine pieces of all three. Cunningham's position is unusual because her popularity has grown faster than her traditional list of honors. That creates both opportunity and pressure. The opportunity is obvious. More campaigns, more product releases, more appearances, and more leverage. The pressure is quieter. Every brand's success raises expectations for the next one. The second release cannot rely entirely on the surprise of the first. If Adidas produces more inventory, Cunningham's audience will have to prove that demand remains strong at a larger scale. That is the test that truly matters. A limited first drop can reveal heat. A larger second drop reveals depth. If another Cunningham PE launches with significantly more pairs and still moves quickly, the discussion changes. Then the brand is no longer testing whether she can sell a shoe. It is testing how far her market can expand. The fever also stand to benefit. A team becomes more commercially powerful when multiple players can attract distinct groups of fans. Clark is the central force, but a healthy sports brand cannot depend on only one personality. Aaliyah, Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, and Cunningham can each create different entry points into the franchise. That matters for merchandise, sponsorships, media programming, and long-term fan retention. A viewer may arrive because of Clark and discover Cunningham. Another may buy Cunningham's shoe and begin watching more fever games. A young athlete may become interested in the crazy energy model and then learn about the wider Adidas WNBA roster. Commercial ecosystems grow through those connections. The league should notice the product category too. Women's basketball merchandise has often been treated as a smaller extension of the men's market, rather than a distinct consumer opportunity. Rapid demand for athlete-connected WNBA footwear challenges that assumption. Fans do not only want generic team shirts. They want products that express a connection to specific players. That is how mature sports markets behave. The customer is not simply buying function. The customer is buying identity, belonging, memory, and a public signal of support. Cunningham's Pink Crazy Energy PE delivered all of those things in one product. It looked different. It connected to a recognizable athlete. It arrived during a high-attention WNBA weekend. It was affordable relative to many premium signature shoes, and it felt scarce enough to force an immediate decision. That combination produced urgency. Now comes the harder part, turning urgency into longevity. Cunningham must continue performing. Adidas must decide how aggressively to invest. Retailers must decide how much inventory they would accept next time. Fans must demonstrate that their support was not limited to one news cycle. Nothing about that future is guaranteed. But the July 24th release changed the starting point. Before the sellout, Cunningham's marketability could be dismissed as noise generated by social media. After the sellout, dismissing it becomes harder. The audience translated attention into revenue, even if the exact scale remains private. And that may be the most important part of the story. The shoe did not prove Sophie Cunningham is the best player in the WNBA. It did not prove she outsells every MVP. It did not prove physical stores were overwhelmed by crowds. Those versions go beyond the evidence. What it proved is more precise and more useful. Sophie Cunningham has an audience that watches closely, reacts quickly, and is willing to purchase something connected directly to her name. For an athlete, that is influence. For Adidas, that is opportunity. For the WNBA, it is another sign that the league's growing attention can support more than one kind of star. And for the fans who arrived a few minutes late and found their size missing, the next question is simple. Should Adidas restock the Pink Crazy Energy PE, or should Cunningham's next release be even bigger?